Greetings, humanoids of the internet! My name is Bob, and this is episode 75 of Journey into Space. Now, basically our plan as of right now is to just kind of go around the universe, lifting our leg and planting our flag over all the different little planets and moons that we can reasonably get to. Uh, sorry. So probably the next logical step will be Duna, but I don't want to just land on Duna. I mean, I've done that, been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, got the I've been to Duna T-shirt. I don't really want to just go there, you know. I want to have some stuff there to play with once I get there. So I'm experimenting. Oops, I am experimenting with. Oh, nope, 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 nope. If I can actually get this sucker off the pad here. Might take a little doing. I'm experimenting with things that I can take there, and probably the most cool and useful thing I could take with me, or put there, would be some kind of flying machine, so I can fly around, explore the environment, check shit out, and so on and so forth. You may be wondering, asking yourself why I'm not doing this in the spaceplane hangar. It's because I'm going to have to launch this sucker on a rocket, so I figure I need to test it out in the VAB, or I need to build it in the VAB, which means I got to get it off this mother frickin' launch pad, which may be easier said than done. It might not even work. I may have to take this into the VAB and launch it from there, because it doesn't appear to be wanting to get off the frickin' launch pad. Nope. Alright. Oh. Okay. Maybe I should, oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. Maybe. Could be. Or we could be about to break something. That's also a possibility. Oh, we got it off. Okay. Okay. Let's break. Where's the sun in the sky? Fairly high up? That'll work. We'll give it a shot. Let's activate these engines. I've got a bit of a help because these are rover wheels, so they'll be able to give me a bit of a running start. But they're rover wheels, so I can't land very fast. I'll have to land relatively slow, which probably on this thing is not going to be much of a problem. A little bit of a running start here. Don't hit the bump too hard. I need to throttle down the ions a bit. I'm not getting enough solar power. I probably can just add some more sticks of oh. Okay. And lift off. I could probably add some more sticks of solar panels there. As you see, there's a little rubber seat on the front, so I can put a kerbal in there and let him see the sights. Fairly big wingspan because Duna didn't have much atmosphere. And if it winds up that I don't have enough power to do a very prolonged flight, it's not that big of a deal because I could always land, get another running start, and so on. In terms of speed over the ground, probably not a whole bunch better than a rover, but is a little bit better than a rover perhaps, and more fun, and has no terrain issues. Because most of these rovers I've been using, once you get over, certainly you get to this speed, you're going to have some issues. So better to just go ahead and fly. I'll probably add one more stick of solar to it, because just to get a little more power. Theoretically, if the sun is directly directly at these solar panels, it should be more than enough power. But yeah, that would be in a perfect world, and God knows we don't live in that. Another issue is going to be I'm going to get this thing to Duna, which getting launching winged aircraft on rockets can tend to be a little bit of a issue. All right, well let's see this turn around. We will land it. So far, it's not going any kind of speed that we have to worry about popping the wheels when we land, so that's a good thing. I've got a docking port here in the back, just in case I decide to refuel this refuel the Xenon in this at some point. I'll be able to do it. Don't think probably will never actually get to the point where I actually need to do that, but what the hell. Okay, let's get heading this way, please. Kill the thrust. Running out of runway. Running out of runway. And we're going to I'm going to abort that landing. We'll just turn around, give it another try. I may only get as far as like launching this thing on this episode. As far as the whole interplanetary transfer thing, I don't know to what extent that's kind of boring. So I may not show it. Now, if you are going, well, how do I get to Duna and all that? I'm sure you can look at some of my other videos and see how I've gotten there in the past. But probably what I'll do for this episode, I'll get as far as getting this thing into orbit, maybe, and then maybe next episode we'll get it over to Duna, get it in the atmosphere, pick out our landing spot, land it somewhere, and then after all that is done, we will start working on our the manned part of our program. That will be for a future episode. Alright, let's kill the throttle. No real controllability issues. Flies very gradually. No extremes of behavior. Okay, let's put her down. Let's put her down. Let's hit some brakes. And perfect. Alright, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few more solar panels on here, like 2 more of these sticks. These are each what I'm calling a stick here. Basically solar panels on cubic octagonal struts. I'll probably put 2 more sticks here, and we will build a rocket and start getting it somewhere towards launch. Yeah. Okay, the number of things that can go wrong here are astronomical. Just the possible failure scenarios, the variety and likelihood of them happening just boggles the mind. For one thing, the entire thrust of this entire assembly is communicated to this tank by means of these little I-beams. Now, I strutted the hell out of them, but there's probably about a 10% chance it'll simply blow up on the launch pad. Probably another, 20% chance it will blow up well before it even gets anywhere near space. Then we have to get it to Duna. I have to get this into the atmosphere and onto the ground in a suitable location without parachutes, just by flying it in, gliding it in. No RCS, just aerodynamic surfaces and this thing. So the odds against this actually getting to Duna, landing safely on the ground, where we can use it, our astronauts can use it, the odds against that are astronomical. I mean, truly massive. And like I say, there is at least a very distinct likelihood it'll simply blow up once the physics kick in on the launch pad. So with no further ado, let's get started. Yeah. Okay. One scenario that I did not anticipate was that it would simply crash KSP, which is what it did. Let's see if it will give us an option to simply try to launch it from here. Yeah, 698 parts. 698 parts. I think that's a record on this build of KSP. I may not need it to be that big. The next closest is 411 parts. Yeah, okay, let's try it. If we have continued problems, we'll just probably don't need quite that much to get it off into orbit, so we may have to pare it down a little bit. I probably did overdid the getting into orbit part, but we'll take it as it comes. Okay, have the physics kicked in? I'm getting 4 frames a second. Okay, physics have kicked in. Throttle not quite to maximum. SAS on. If you wonder why I got this large stance here, that's to counteract the whatever aerodynamic weirdness that this thing may create. So that's why I have it so kind of far spaced out. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa. 3 frames a second. Throttle it up a little bit. All systems appear to be nominal. Okay, before we do our gravity turn, I'm going to kick in the skipper engines on the center 4 rockets, so it'll help me turn. We will turn on fine control for the turn, just because I don't want to have this thing just suddenly spin out of control. That would be no bueno. We're lifting up pretty slowly, but steadily. And yeah, the lag is killer. Going to be kicking in the skipper engines at about 8,000 meters. Unless our fuel doesn't last that long on these external tanks. In which case I'll kick him in sooner. Okay, 6,000 meters. All systems appear nominal. $7,000 meters. $8,000 meters, activating skipper engines. Standing by for gravity turn. Visual verification that skipper engines have activated. Yes. Okay, gravity turn. Hoping to complete gravity turn before these boosters run out. Okay, gravity turn complete. Let's stabilize the attitude. And standing by to jettison external boosters. External boosters jettison. Booster jettison is complete. Okay. Now these B-hatches have to take us the rest of the way to orbit. Come on, B-hatches. Do your job. Get me to orbit. Throttling up. Okay, throttling down just a tad. Okay. We'll find adjustment to our trajectory, or our heading, rather. Okay, fuel's holding up well. Fuel is flowing as anticipated from the external rockets to the internal rockets. If everything holds, continues to hold well, I may be able to use the boosters to help me get started to Duna when the time comes. Alright, that'll work. It'll certainly still have enough to get me to orbit for sure. Got about half those tanks left. Wow, yeah, it doesn't. Without RCS, it really doesn't want to steer. Not at all. Not having any of it. Not a bit of it. Not moving a molecule. Doesn't matter as far as this goes, because I'll be able to just turn on the engines and they'll be able to point me in the right direction. But when we actually make the departure to Duna, it might be a little bit iffy. Okay, 45 seconds. We will. Oh. Okay, throttle up. That was a weird fluctuation of sound. What the hell that was all about? But whatever. Okay. We're just gonna give it enough gas to keep steering. And then when we get closer to our apoapsis, we'll throttle it all the way up. Okay, finishing out the old orbit. Alright, that'll work. Let me see how much I've recorded so far, and I will use that to judge where we should go next. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to call it an end here. Off camera, I'm going to go ahead and send it to Duna, and then when on the next episode we will be ready to start our descent into Duna and die and stuff. Okay. And then after we get this thing sitting down on Duna, assuming we do, then after that we can start working on our actual manned vehicle to Duna. I perceive that as probably being something that is composed of 3 parts. One would be the main mothership. One would be a one-man vehicle, or 1 or 2 man vehicle to go down to the surface and return, and a one-man vehicle to go to Ike and plant a flag on Ike, because we can't ignore Ike. We got to put a flag on it. Put a flag on it, just to continue to lift our leg on the universe, which is our manifest destiny and the destiny of all kerbal kind, to lift their proverbial dog's leg on the universe and pee on it and piddle on it. So next time we continue our epic attempts to piddle on the universe. And until next time, hasta la vista. Adios. It actually made it to orbit. I'll be damned. I had my doubts. All right.